Starting a business can be challenging, from handling customers to staying on top of marketing, sales, employee management, and everything in between. Maintaining business operations can be daunting. Wemu is here to help you. It's everything you need in one app. They understand your needs and have designed Wemu to anticipate them. Wemu assists in your growth by giving you the components you need, such as point of sales, invoice, reports, and more. Keep things moving with Wemu. It comes in with built-in reminders that keep you on track and mitigate stress. God knows we need that. Remember, it's more than a data capturing software, it's your companion. Wemu helps you to be productive and stay motivated. Time to thrive with Wemu. It facilitates prosperity for solopreneurs and small business owners, such as the Scrapyard. You also gain access to the Discovery app. With Discover, your business becomes highly visible to your local community, allowing you to establish new customers and create important partnerships. Sign up and get an early access to Wemu.
Yeah, so feel free to visit the website at wemu.io, and their Instagram handle is the same, wemu.io.
All right.
This is the Scrapyard. I'm Marco Suarez,
And I'm Johnny Altamonte.
where the conversation is more important than where you end up.
So this is officially our second episode. We had some great feedback from our first episode. We got a ton more listens than we thought we would.
Yeah, thank you to everyone that listened, and thank you for your feedback. It's a huge growing process, and we're trying to improve with every episode we do.
Yeah, so please feel free to keep leaving comments, good, bad, everything in between. We read them all, we listen to them all, and we take them all into account because we keep trying to get better and better.
Nice, very good. So last time we got a little bit on the topic of Tinder dating in the Philippines, and today we want to talk about something different. We wanted to tackle first jobs. I mean, a lot of our listeners are in college and coming out, and we wanted to share our experiences with them, make them feel like they're not alone, and that also that, there are growing pains to starting work. And Johnny's got a hell of a lot of stories about that.
I've got a bunch of them, and not just for college students. I guess people who are, in their first jobs, second jobs, third jobs. Me and Marco have been through a number of jobs.
I've had 9 jobs.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you beat me. So I guess I'll start then.
Yeah, please.
My first job straight out of college. I was a researcher at first.
Researcher for what?
Rare Philippines. So they are an NGO, and I specifically worked on local fisheries.
Okay.
So that was more of a project-based sort of thing. So it really did have a deadline. Like it was a 3-month thing. I had to do this in 3 months, et cetera, et cetera.
It was like an internship?
No. It was a project-based researcher position.
So what did you do exactly?
Research. So I helped to design a toolkit for local governments to use to sort of manage fisheries.
Was it hands-on research? Like you were going to places, taking samples? Or
No. It was more. It was basically I could work from home. I could research online. I just draft some stuff up and I'd send it over for comments. What was not great? It sounds nice and it sounds like a lot.
It sounds convenient.
Right? Yeah, convenient and also like wow, this is something that could do some good, right?
Yeah.
It's a toolkit for local governments. I probably did like 2 drafts of maybe like 10 lines total.
Yeah.
Not a lot. I sent it for comments. I never heard anything for like a
Damn.
month and a half. It's like, okay, cool. Follow up. Hey guys, what's happening over here? Still nothing. I added
Till now.
one more line, and then eventually I just like they paid me for the 3 months. After maybe 6 months, and I just never heard from them again. So I felt a little bad because I really wanted to do something. This was back when I was fresh out of an environmental science degree, and I was very convinced I would become a researcher and a scientist. The whole academe route.
Yeah.
That didn't really pan out. So that was my very first job. It wasn't that great.
Yeah.
What about you? What is your first job like?
They were all pretty. My first 3 were all really similar, and I don't know if they count as jobs. They were internships. I just interned for 3 different banks.
Okay, how were these banks in Australia or were the banks here?
2 in the Philippines and 1 was in Australia.
Okay. Well, you don't have to drop names. If you want to, feel free.
That's fine. I mean, they were the big banks. They made you do the same stuff: financial analyze this, create models that, a lot of Excel work, a lot of making friends mostly because you're just stuck to a computer the whole time.
That's fine. So you were actually doing work nonstop.
No, no, I was not.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
What are you doing?
I watched the entire season of The Office. Not the entire series in
That's
2 weeks.
incredible.
That's right, man. That's right.
I've been watching that for 3 years. I'm not done.
I don't know. It's just like it's kind of boring talk, but when you're designing a model, they weren't doing a lot of things with due diligence. Like there's a lot of shortcuts to be taken. Like where'd you get this interest figure for that, interest figure for this? So I kind of just, just followed suit, and work was done pretty quickly there.
Okay, so your first two were in the Philippines. Your third one was in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a big difference jumping between the two? I mean, they were both similar internships, similar institutions. Was there any defining differences between the two?
Well, the learning in Australia was a lot more complete and hands-on.
Okay, how so?
Like, they really, really, the quality of the work was how I feel a lot better because they really specialized you in one thing,
All right.
and they really put a hands-on mentor for you to really learn that industry, how it worked, and all of his expertise. There was a great communication between you and your mentor. You can access them at any time. While the internships I had here, if they weren't at the office, you couldn't talk to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. I'm not sure which is better though, because I mean, does it stem from a very communicative relationship, or is it more? Because like for me personally, if I was in a mentor position, also would not want to be contacted outside of the office.
Well, with my working experience here and there, I just felt like the people that were teaching me really, really wanted me to learn and
Oh, that's
really
awesome.
wanted me to excel.
Okay, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
So
like
it's really mentorship. It's
Yeah.
not a chore. It's not
absolutely. And it bled over to whenever you had a mentor in anything. Like even in school, there'd be professors that would pick out students that were doing exceptionally well at their class.
Oh wow.
And they would be like, hey, I'm gonna evaluate, like, let's say this factory, like a hands-on Warren Buffett approach to investing. I've invited 4 other students. If you are interested, feel free to come.
Oh wow. So yeah, it's like even if it's just studying, like
Yes.
even your teachers help you out.
Absolutely. Like they want you to do well. They want you to succeed.
That's awesome.
And
So
they put a lot of what's it called? Value in your opinion because you're young.
oh, that's really interesting.
Yeah, instead of the whole I'm older than you, I've seen more, I've done more.
Thus I am
Thus
always
thus
right.
I know better. They get these 4 students who are participating in class and have fresh takes in the industry. So it helps them, helps us.
Oh, okay. That's actually it's quite an interesting take. So those were your 3 first internships.
All
right?
banking, all pretty much the same thing.
Okay. What about first job?
First real job
Yeah.
where I got paid.
Yeah. Oh, you weren't paid for your internships?
No, man.
That sucks.
I got to experience the banking life, which is
Wow.
what a dream.
I actually did have an internship, and it was paid, and it was here in the Philippines.
Damn you.
It was also pretty awesome because I didn't do anything. So that was over a summer. So I was again supposed to do research.
Yeah.
Except so the office is based in Manila, but the person I was in contact with was based in Shanghai.
Oh.
So he was this British dude who looked exactly like Elrond from another Lord of the Rings reference, but
Elron.
I swear he looked exactly like Elrond.
Did he inspire you?
He did
Amazing.
until he disappeared. So that was a 2-month internship, and we had one Skype call. I did all the work again, made the draft, sent it over to him, and he just disappeared off the face of the earth.
That sucks, man.
Yeah, no, in my head, I thought he literally died, like was just kidnapped or something.
Well, John, Lord of the Rings is over. He's won the war. There's no reason for him to stay anymore.
You're right. They did sail off at the end of
That's
it.
it, man. That's
He's having a good time, Elrond is. So yeah, I got paid for that too. It was mostly another work from home thing, and they made me fill up a thing like how many hours did you do, and I was like, full hours.
I did all of it, all the time.
All the hours, all the hours, and they paid me for it. But it's true though. I really did email him like maybe every day or every other day.
Sometimes just, hey, how are you?
Yeah, how you doing, buddy?
How are you doing with your wife? Tell
Yeah.
me about your life.
Yeah, it never applied. So my first 2 experiences, technically, nothing really happened. I wanted them to happen. I really enjoyed the work I was supposed to do.
Did you make decent money though?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's less than minimum wage.
Oh, damn.
But coming off a very broke college student,
Money's
allowance.
money's money, man.
Yeah, man.
And the Philippines, yeah, everyone will take any job they can get.
Absolutely. You just scrap at it, you know.
But yeah, the first job I did that was paid was I was hands on. Say
Okay.
what's it called? Clerk for French Connection in Australia.
French Connection. What's French Connection? It sounds
It's a clothes
saucy.
brand. Yeah, it's a clothes brand.
Okay.
And what's it called? Funny story. Guess how much I got paid?
How much did you get paid?
37 Australian dollars an hour.
An hour.
An hour.
That's more. That is 4 times more than I would make in a day
That's right, bro. It was amazing.
for like my high-paying job in the Philippines.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. And I got the job. Well, my first day was so hilarious. I come in, and there is no supervisor.
Okay.
They had a scheduling error, and I had to handle 2 floors, women's and men's section, and there was no one to teach me anything. I came in first day. I didn't know how to work the cash register. I didn't know how to work supply. I didn't know anything about. I didn't even know how to fold the shirt properly. Like nothing, right?
That's hard. I still don't know how to fold a shirt properly.
I can fold any shirt
You know, can you do that now?
right now.
Is that something you learned at French Connection?
Yeah, there's like a proper way to hold like those YouTube videos where you hold these 3 like little points and it automatically.
They always
fixes
confuse
wear.
me, and I give up.
It's okay.
So after this,
I'm a professional.
I want you to show me after this.
No, no worries, no problem.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, so I come in first day. There's no one to teach me. The state manager calls me and says, "We are so sorry. We don't know what to do. Just hang out and do your best because we don't know what to tell you." I stay there. I choose to just handle the men's section because I don't know. I don't want to walk between 2 floors.
Right.
And apparently, while I was there on my first day, I broke a sales record, their biggest one. My section was
Amazing.
literally 20 feet wide. I had 3 racks of clothes: white shirts, blue shirts, and beige shorts.
That's all you need.
That's all I had. And I sold, I think, $1,500 worth in the day.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's actually
Yeah,
pretty
I
amazing.
Because I just hung out, stood up. It was my first day. I want to make a good impression. And I just
Okay.
talked to every single dude that was there that was stuck with his kids or his wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is your sales pitch? How'd it go?
It wasn't even a sales pitch. Like I would get lonely on the floor. Man. Like I had no friends.
No manager. You don't
Yeah,
no idea what's
nothing.
going on.
I don't know what's going on. And it was in a department store, so like it was just standing. I didn't have anywhere to sit either. And that's when I
Oh
had.
wow, it's standing.
That's why I had a
That's
lot
tough.
and I had a lot of back pain. So I had to take a lot of breaks. Anyway,
All right, go.
so I would just talk to these guys who are waiting for their wives and like, hey man, wives, am I right? That's enough. Then I'm like, oh, this guy.
Oh, amazing.
I
Man.
talked to him for like 5 minutes. And I'm like, hey, like I don't want to like sales pitch you off the bat, but I have white shirts and blue shirts and shorts. Do you need any of that? And he'd be like, oh yeah, I could take a couple. Then they take home like 5 or 6. I'm like, oh no way, sick.
Amazing.
Yeah. So day 2 comes around. Manager visits and says, what you did, amazing, amazing.
Phenomenal. I've never seen
Like-
technique like that before.
Legit. Like he was what's it called? He was saying no supervision. That record's been there for like our store's been open for like 2-3 years or maybe 5. I wasn't really listening. And yeah, you broke it all by yourself. We don't know what to tell you. Just keep doing you. And that's why I got $37 an hour. They put me at the weekend shift.
Okay.
And in Australia, you get paid double or at least a bonus on weekends.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it ended up being I could only work 20 hours a fortnight, which is every 2 weeks.
A fortnight.
Yeah, right.
People use that word?
Yeah, I know. So I'd have like I'd work both weekends, make like $500-$600 a week. And then
Wow. Wait, 500. Mathing in my head. That's really good for 20 hours. 20 hours a month? Did you say?
20 hours a fortnight, so 40 hours a month.
40 hours a month.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a regular work week.
Yeah.
Wow. So you work 1 week a month.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was super chill, which is why I'm so impressed I got fired.
Okay. Go on. How did you get fired?
Well, I'll be straight. I got cocky, man. I was the hot new kid selling things left and right.
Of course you are. Of
Yeah.
course you are.
And I had a back injury. L5S1 disc was kind of protruding out of my spine.
Wait, the what disc?
L5S1. It's the lowest disc you have in your spine, like right above your buttocks. And the pain was unreal. Like I couldn't stand up for more than an hour straight.
Okay.
So I started making a lot of like shortcuts while I was working. I'd be like, if I sell one thing an hour, I'm technically still the best salesman they've ever had. So I would just sell something, then I'd take like a 20-30 minute break to sit down in the bathroom because I just couldn't stand up anymore.
Wow, that sounds tough, man.
Yeah, I
I'm
took
sorry.
shortcut after shortcut. I was still meeting quotas, but not being on the floor a lot.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
there was one night, massive party the night before. I just looked messed up at work. And the manager that didn't show up on the first day shows up and says, "Hey man, you look messed up. We've all been there. How about you take a nap in the storage room, the storage closet?"
Okay.
So I'm like, yeah, like
Wait, the storage closet where they keep like
all the clothes, all the inventory for the entire floor.
okay.
So I for like 15 minutes. Oh yeah, we're good.
Okay, yeah, go on. 15 minutes.
Let's make sure it's charging, bro. There you go. We're
Sorry.
fine.
Experiencing a little technical difficulties. Okay, we're good. Back to
Okay.
it.
So there's he says just take a nap for 15 minutes, no big deal, and come back to work. I make this giant blanket fortress out of all the old supply of jackets, shirts, and pants,
Okay,
and I
awesome.
sleep in. And it turns out I sleep for 3 hours. Damn. And
Okay.
my feet were all sticking out too. And all the stores in that one department floor share a supply closet.
Oh.
So everyone was passing through, just saw my giant size 12 feet just sticking out, and they're all like, "Wow, new kid, fuck him."
All right. Yeah,
So
just
that
snoozing
that
away.
put me from the on the being on the great books to being on the normal books.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Wait, so that wasn't enough
that
to
wasn't even
fire
enough to fire
you.
me. Yeah,
Oh, okay, cool.
the manager comes up and he's all like, "Marco, I know you're good with people, and I don't like this whole snoozing thing that you're starting, the snoozing culture you're starting." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm really sorry. Like I had a big day the night before." And he's like, "Yeah, how about let's just never talk about it again?" I'm like, "You're amazing. I would love to never talk about it again. This is perfect."
Of course, you're the hot young stud who broke the sales record.
That's it, man.
You get one pass.
And what's awesome is we had a store across the street that was a full like what's it called? A full real store like that you walk into, and I outsold them that day on that first day
Awesome.
with my little booth with three little pieces of inventory,
Awesome.
and then yeah, I misscheduled a bunch of shifts with my exams and I didn't show up, and that's why I got fired.
Okay, that makes sense.
But it's not really fired because when you're like
They just
they just stop giving you shifts because they always have casual what's it called, people
right,
on call.
right. So it's sort of like a soft. They ghosted you basically.
Yeah,
Okay.
which I'm used to. So I took that like a champ.
All right. Awesome. Did your strategy change over time since that first day? Or, I mean, how you approached sales? Or was it always just more or less the same?
All it taught me was that if you're friendly and you're talkative and you don't have a sales pitch in mind, you'll get the customer's trust, and off the bat you can just kind of work with that.
Right. So you're not hard selling anything.
I was just desperate for friendship.
Just genuine
genuinely
loneliness.
lonely.
Okay. Okay. I guess that works. Desperation and loneliness.
Oh yeah, that's how you get the most results, Johnny.
I know that, and I mean, you only had 3 products: blue shirt, white shirt, brown shorts.
Yeah,
Imagine what you could have done with, like, I don't know, a striped shirt.
I wasn't ready.
No one was ready for that.
I wasn't ready to sell a fourth thing.
Start a new fashion trend.
My
Everybody's in
brain
striped shirts.
Can only handle so much inventory.
That's pretty good. Why don't we set up a little stall, honestly? Like, literally just white shirts, blue shirts, brown shorts. Let's keep it going
And just talk to strangers.
and talk to strangers, except we'll travel. We just have a backpack full of them.
Like a
And you're
traveling
hey, man,
boutique.
that's a pink shirt you got there. It's not white.
Damn. That's
not
how you get
blue.
them. Exactly.
Luckily, I have both. I will just do that.
That'd be funny. Okay, so what was your next job after the research one?
Ooh, my next job after. Well, technically, it was still a research job. But for this one, I did environmental impact assessments.
Okay.
So basically,
Big word.
yeah, I know. EIA for short. Basically, if you're putting up anything in the Philippines,
You did AIA?
yeah,
You did some mad AIA?
yeah, okay, sure, yes, I was A-ing it up. So basically, if you're putting up anything in the Philippines, if it's large enough and you're constructing it, you need to get an environmental impact assessment, which just basically is a public document that tells people what are the impacts to the environment that this thing is going to cause.
So like just being responsible with your business. Like,
Yes,
okay.
yes, it's a lovely piece of policy that people are required to go through. In theory, in practice, obviously, there's a lot of shady stuff going on. But before the shady stuff, I mean, my job was just pretty terrible.
Yeah.
So I was coming in kind of hot, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, I want to get paid big bucks.
All right. Who
No,
doesn't?
I was paid super minimum wage.
And what is that?
God, it was like 12,000 pesos a month.
Uh,
Yeah. around 12,000 pesos a month.
Gosh.
And the overtime pay was also ridiculous. I remember 1 month I worked maybe 30 to 50, something like that, overtime hours. Guess how much I was paid for the
The
total?
duration of the extra 30 to 50 hours.
Yeah, guess how much I was paid for the total?
I'm a spitball. 4,000 pesos.
500.
Pesos?
Yes.
What? That's 10 pesos an hour.
Yes. For overtime. Overtime pay.
That's 25 Australian cents an hour.
Yes.
25
Yes.
cents.
You made more than 100 times that. Did I do it right? Yes, you did it. You made more than 100 times that.
That is shocking.
Selling white shirts and blue shirts. And I was off saving the environment.
I don't know what to say. Like
I know.
That's very depressing.
No, it was a bit tough. So what sucked was we were super understaffed too. So
I mean, if you're doing 50 hours overtime, that means you are generally understaffed.
yeah, you're just not. Something's wrong. Something's up. And it's a family-owned business, and it seemed very obvious that the person running the business, very very wealthy, just kind of coasting off it. So it's kind of sucked. It's like
So there wasn't any heart in the business that you were working in.
not really. There's negative mentorship.
So isn't that amazing? Like you were doing something that was really meaningful, really helpful to everyone, the environment, the people that live in it, and you weren't getting the support that you needed.
Yeah.
While I was selling the white shirts on the market, and everyone knew it. Everyone knew it.
Everyone knew it.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it came to a point where
Your mentor did not love you.
I got no love. I
Mhm.
got no love.
He would never let you nap.
She
She
never let me mad. She got mad at me one
in
time.
the storage closet. Never.
We didn't even have a storage closet.
Disgusting.
Storage closet was my desk. It really was. It's kind of sad.
It is
It was really small, so I couldn't really do anything.
Well, is there any light at the end of the tunnel? Did you have a job that you liked?
Well, yeah, eventually. But for this job, what broke the straw that broke the camel's back was, well, two straws, I guess. The first one, I applied to Al Gore's climate reality thing,
All right.
the leadership training, and I got in and everything. So
That's mad.
yeah, it was really cool. So I asked if I could take a leave for a week so I could fly off to Pittsburgh
Yeah.
and go do that. And she's like, yeah, sure. Signed off on it and everything. Turned over all my work and everything. But as I mentioned, we were super understaffed.
Okay.
So my two other colleagues basically collapsed under the work. Couldn't really handle it. And guess who got thrown under the bus?
You?
Yes, the guy who's not there.
Okay.
So yeah, so when I come back, boss gets really mad at me. Like, why would you just leave like that? And I'm like, but you let me. You signed those papers. You said I could leave. It's like, no, you left your workmates with all your work. Like, no, no.
Damn.
I don't know what to say. I was like, okay, that kind of sucks. I'll just roll with it. And she was like, if you don't pick it up, I'm gonna have to let you go. I'm like, all right. Honestly, at this point, that's kind of cool. But when I left was, so we had a meeting with one of our proponents, or like a client, basically, who will remain nameless, I guess, because I may have signed something. I honestly don't know what I signed, but I may have signed something that, Anyway. So yeah, they were putting up something that was potentially very destructive to the environment. Actually, no, it was very destructive to the environment and to people's health. I know because I did the report.
Yeah.
So we showed them the report and we're like, okay, this is what we're going to show to the public. And they were just like, you can't say that in that way. No, make it sound better. And I was just like, straight up. So you want me to lie?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, not lie. We're not asking you to lie. Just change it. And my favorite line from that meeting was from the VP of that company. Guys,
Yeah.
let's not be afraid to be dirty capitalists here.
Damn.
Dirty
Straight up.
capitalist. I'm like, okay, that's cool. The mayor of the town where they're putting up the project was there also, and he's not allowed to do that because he's supposed to be an impartial,
Right.
So I was like, wow, this is just a whole can of worms.
Yeah.
So after that meeting, I sent in my resignation letter via
Yeah.
email. I was like, all right, I'm out. It's not like you're paying me anyway, so whatever.
So what happened to Johnny after that?
After that, my girlfriend's dad gave me a job, which was really nice
Yeah, that's sick.
because I had no money.
Mm.
And I coasted on that for a bit. Tried to do the freelance life, traveled a little bit, tried to do some stuff. Didn't work out too well.
Hey, where'd you go?
God, where's that place? Starts with a Zamboanga?
Was it here? Was
It's
it
in the
abroad?
Philippines.
Okay.
It's in the was
Like
it
a remote village
yes. Zamboanga?
with some village honeys.
No.
How village we talking?
Very village?
Like bear boob walking around?
no, that doesn't. Does that happen?
I don't know. You're the scientist.
No, I guess it is not.
I watch a lot of Nat Geo.
You do watch a lot of that. Oh, funny story. Well, the most remote I guess I went to my last job where I was paid minimum wage. I went to this place in Mindanao, where it's full of. It was basically an NPA.
Okay. What is that?
Village? The what did I call it? National People's Army? Very basically leftist, very extreme left terrorist group.
Okay.
Um, and so we went to their campment where the year before they beheaded the mayor of the city.
Wild.
Like literally on that spot. Like yes, they beheaded the mayor last year, right?
Okay.
Here. And it's like, oh, that's cool.
What were you doing there?
Air quality. We're testing the air,
Okay.
which sucks because you have to be there for a full 24 hours, like
Okay.
24 hours straight to test the air. So we're just hanging out. So what happened was we basically got everybody drunk. We bought a ton of alcohol, just gave everyone alcohol, and they super liked us after that. Turns out the NPA commander, it was his nephew's birthday, so they killed a goat for us.
That's nice.
It was a
thoughtful.
pretty good goat. Everybody was just blasted by like 10 a.m. I was just hanging out, testing my air for like 24 hours. I just want to.
Man, the work you do and you're going freelance, man.
Yeah,
You just end up doing some weird stuff.
Yeah. So that's what happened. It's pretty good. The goat was great. It tasted wonderful.
That's good to hear.
Yeah. Some good goat.
That makes up for it.
Yeah, it did make up for
The
it.
terror you must have felt.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my freelance life. What about you? After your first technical job, what happened to you? Because we've gone through 3 internships, 1 job, which means you still have 5 left.
I modeled and acted and TV hosted for 2 years in the Philippines.
Model, actor, TV. Yes.
Yeah, it was the quickest way to make money, and my whole goal was to go back to Australia. And I would never have made that money to make that possible if I got any entry level job here.
Absolutely.
There's just no way. Like what's the starting salary here? 24,000, 22,000 pesos after taxes.
If it's me, it's 12,000.
Damn, it makes me sad that you had to go through that.
Yeah, I know.
But like, let's just say the average is 22,000, 24,000, which is roughly $800 Australian a
I think
month.
it's probably less.
Yeah.
It's less than 20. I think.
And then you imagine if it was physically possible for me to save all that and not spend anything, I still wouldn't have had enough money to live in Australia for 3 months and look for a job there and stand a chance of staying.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And yeah, so acting was quick, easy money.
What did you act in?
Me? Mostly commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your favorite one?
Hella Asian commercials.
Oh yeah.
Hella Asian.
How Asian are we talking?
I'm talking like aliens fighting laser guns. It came out, what's it called? It showed in theaters, and it was right before Doctor Strange, and that was the commercial that all my friends saw, and they were
No
all
way.
like, yeah, exactly. It was It was for shipping cart.
I watched Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Oh, fuck you.
It's a great movie.
You watched the wrong Doctor Strange then.
It's
You
a
didn't.
great
No,
movie.
I'm sorry. You didn't watch Doctor Strange because you would have seen me.
Okay, fair enough. So aliens and whatever. What else did you do? How was your experience shooting those commercials? Was it easy?
It was exhausting because the standard contract for commercial work here. Just for clarity, when you do a commercial job here, you're paid like 50 to upwards of 50,000 pesos, which is like 2 months of work in any other
that's
job
awesome.
here, right?
All
So
right, for like a day. How long does it take to shoot?
24-hour shoot.
Awesome.
Yeah, but they will milk that 24 hours.
Okay,
like,
so
to the end.
it's literally a straight 24 hours.
Yeah, like
nonstop.
first they'll pump you with coffee, and when that stops working, they'll pump you with Barocca to keep you awake.
What?
Yeah, Barocca.
Do you snort it?
Nah, man, it's like I don't know how it works. Vitamin B. I don't know.
It's just vitamins.
Yeah, but it gives you at least another 2-3 hours.
Really?
Yeah, it'll
Okay.
push it, and then after that, like you can just take as many smoke breaks as you want because nicotine will keep you up also.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's fun because the first time you see your like project up on the air, you're like, wow, I
Ah,
can't
hey,
believe it.
yeah,
I love it, dude.
Also,
This is
that's
so
me.
fun.
Oh, hey, what are you
Exactly.
doing?
You can talk to your friends about it, show
Yeah,
family,
yeah,
show
of course.
people you care about, and that's the fun part. But I knew I didn't love the job because after a while, the novelty of having yourself on the air got old.
Yeah,
You know what I
okay.
mean? Like I didn't love the art of acting. I didn't love
Alright.
the.
Was there anything you weren't proud of, like you want to bury and like never show anyone?
Oh yeah, I have one commercial where I
Oh,
have
yeah.
blue hair. massive blue hair, which I've never been paid for, by the
Very
way.
anime.
Yeah, super anime. It was
like Super Saiyan kind of blue hair.
yeah, it was an ad for I think Clash of Clans, and I was one of those wizards. There's a wizard in Clash of Clans. Amazing.
I haven't played it, but it sounds amazing.
Yeah, it was the first commercial I ever did, and the director straight yelled at me so freaking hard.
Awesome.
Yeah, but it was in Tagalog, our
Yeah.
native language, so I couldn't understand it. But you could tell by the reactions of everyone in the room that he must have said something super offensive because, because everyone would just go around, like, you know, they kind of look at you like they care about you, but they
Yeah.
don't want to be associated with
Of
you.
course,
They're kind of like,
course. So even the other people were crying in the background.
yeah, they were like, "How could you say that to him?" And I was like, I don't know what's going. I'm gonna sit in my little box chair and just think about what you could have said to me. Could have been anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had my handler there, and she's like, "Honey, are you all right? Like, this is your first time. Like, I hope you're okay." And I'm like, if I understood anything he said, I'd be on the spot crying right now. But nothing. I was just like deer in the headlights, cameras and lights, and I really couldn't understand what he was saying. So I came out in one piece.
Awesome.
Yeah, just exhausting, unpleasant work.
Did the commercial ever air?
It did apparently.
You just
But
never
I
saw it.
never saw it.
Because you've never gotten paid for it, so.
Yeah, exactly. Like I've what's it called? There's a couple of commercials I've never seen because I don't know. They're not on YouTube, and I'm not gonna catch them around watching TV.
That's true.
Yeah,
All right.
but I made some great friends on they doing that stuff, filming.
I can imagine.
Yeah, and everyone's pretty damn friendly, unless you're really unlucky and you got a stickler director and a
Who
stickler
screams
client
at you and makes
says
you
mean
feel
things
terrible.
because I didn't do my market research and get into the character of a blue-haired wizard fast enough.
Yeah, well, I agree. You're completely at fault.
Right? Yeah, he goes up to me and paint this picture. I don't believe your blue hair at all. Your blue hair is a lie. You're a lie.
It's like you've never had blue hair before. What are you doing?
Yeah,
It's like your first time? Huh?
I see you. The magic's not real. I stopped believing in magic when I looked at your face. These are some of the things I imagine he said because I don't know what he said.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry you have to go through that.
No, it's okay. It's part of work. Like you figure you do lots of jobs. You figure out what you like or what you like about a certain job, and you take that over to the next one you look for.
Awesome. So what did you like best about acting?
Really, just that other people saw my work.
So putting something novel out there is
Yeah.
sort of being like, okay,
Well,
this is something I can be proud of.
If I spin it into something helpful, I can make it out as the feeling that you get after you produce work, and it has like a worthwhile value to the people around you.
Oh, that's awesome. That sounds like a nice
Like
feeling.
enough for people to say like it's hard when you're in accounting and you make
Yeah.
a really nice report, and your
Yeah.
friends aren't gonna come around and be like that report. Amazing.
That spreadsheet you made.
Beautiful.
Oh,
like
man.
every decimal on point. No, I mean it's different.
Yeah,
It's different.
I can get behind that. So what did you do after that? The whole acting, modeling.
Did that for 2 years. Had a
Okay.
stint in Bangkok for 2 months because I got
Oh yeah.
I got an international modeling contract there. That was
Right.
freaking amazing. Best time. Different story though.
Okay, yeah, we'll say there's a whole bunch of stories in there.
The Bangkok's amazing.
We'll say that for another episode.
Exactly. Then when I got into Australia, I was looking for a job that could give me the chance to stay permanently.
Right.
And the only job I could find that fit my bachelor's degree and all the requirements that are necessary to get a visa to stay was a prop trader at a crypto firm.
Okay, so crypto trading.
Yeah, trading cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, mostly.
How long did that last?
That lasted 8 months.
Wow. 8 months of that life. What is that like compared to?
It was. I really liked it. I'll be honest. It was a commissions job, so you only made money if you made money for the company.
Uh-huh.
So, but it was like an internet cafe culture, and we grew up with that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But it was just you and your account, and you traded the way you saw fit. You improved on your own pace. And everyone was more than willing to help because
Fantastic.
everyone would be on their computers for 12 hours at a time and would just yearn for human contact. Like after 12
they
hours of
do.
just trading, you just kind of stay in the break room and you're like, you've been here for an hour and you haven't eaten. What are you doing? I'm like, I'm just looking for friends. I want to ask
It's always that search for friendship, man.
how to human. Like, please speak to me.
Yeah.
Call me anything. Like degrade me. Let's just keep talking
just
to
talk
me.
to me,
I want to
man.
hear human voices.
Oh, wow. Yeah, well, that's great you did that. So that was your most recent one, right? Before coming back here to the Philippines.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like fun. I went to become a scientist again, but this time at a museum. and that was a lovely experience.
Yeah. Oh, what museum?
The Mind Museum in BGC. A little
That's
shout
cool,
out.
dude.
Lovely little museum. Lovely people.
What did you do in the museum exactly?
I was one of the resident scientists.
Yeah.
So what that meant was we were in charge of, well, doing a lot of things, really. We handled little programs. We did a lot of educational programs. We did a
Yeah.
bunch of science shows.
Yeah, with kids.
Yeah, with kids. So it's sort of, very educational, where we teach a lot of kids about science.
Mm.
But it was nice because you'd have to do that within like a 1 hour show or a 30-minute show or really short interactions,
Right.
right? Which means kids still respect you within that 1 hour. They don't know
Right.
you're still the coolest person for that whole hour.
That's
Especially if you're a
nice.
scientist and like you start setting yourself on fire, which I do.
Damn.
So it's always like, okay, every kid there, like, they just respect you. Because eventually, if a kid gets to know you long enough as a teacher, they just lose respect. Like, well, I don't know.
Yeah,
For
I
some
don't know.
people, maybe
Well,
not me.
shit.
But
Yeah. I don't know.
it was fun. So we taught a lot. We did a lot of programs. And it was just awesome. Wonderful team. Wonderful, wonderful mentor. Hope to have her as a guest on the show one day. It'd be nice.
That's sweet. How long did you work there for?
I was there for 10 months.
10
8
months.
months? 9 months?
Hmm.
Let me math. Math's too hard. 9 months? I'm going to say 9 months. 10
So
months. I'm
what's
gonna say 10
one
months.
thing that you took away from the job that you
Will stick
carry
with me
with you
forever?
now? Yeah.
Oh, I can do this really cool magic trick where I can make a card disappear and appear.
Do it. What do you mean? What do you mean? What magic? What? How'd you learn
Yeah.
magic at the job?
Oh, because we had one science show where it's basically the science behind magic.
What?
Right? And it's a lot of things, but it's a lot of, just science.
Like the study of misdirection, study of like that?
A little
Visual
bit, a little
cues?
bit, yeah, a little bit, and also just using science to make things look magical, but it's really just simple science behind it. But I
Huh.
wanted to do one trick that was just like that would have been my opener. Literally, just make a card appear out of thin air, and then just like throw it away and be like, magic's lame.
Mm.
It's just easy. Just people just make cards appear out of nowhere, and what? And that's what I wanted to do. So I practiced for months.
Yeah.
Months. Yeah.
Dude, what's the card trick? You have the card.
It's literally your hands like just empty, and then you do the thing, and the card's there.
Huh.
It's just a little simple card appearing, disappearing thing.
Very cool.
Very cool, yeah.
So what
That
do you-
will keep with me forever.
So tell everyone what you're doing now.
So what we're doing now, I quit that job recently, 2
Mhm.
months ago, to become an entrepreneur. So it's something I've been working on the side for a while, sort of in parallel as I was working as a scientist. Started up a company called Green Bay Energy Solutions. It's an energy solutions company. So basically, if you're using energy, we'll come up with a solution to reduce your bill at the end of the month through renewable energy, energy management, all that kind of stuff.
So you're always just keeping in tune to just being helpful to the environment wherever you go.
Yeah, exactly.
That's nice.
Yeah, so I started that up.
I'm just saying, to me, your Tinder profile would sound phenomenal. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
back to Tinder. Okay, what would it look like, and what would my?
What would
If
it
you
look
had to
like?
design my Tinder profile,
I would gladly design it for you.
I know what would be my opening? I don't know, line statement. What would
Head
you say?
scientist at the Mind Museum, and you can make every chemistry pickup line joke viable because you can back it up with science.
Just say the stupidest stuff and just say I'm a scientist. Trust me.
Like sort of like I'll come up with something right now. Like, your H2 is missing an O, and that O can be my balls.
I was wondering where you were gonna go with that. I was like, okay, all right. Yeah,
I'm on the spot.
that would work.
That's pretty good.
That-
I think that's pretty good for on the spot.
No, I'm with you. I think that's a great answer to be like, trust me, I'm a scientist.
And this is like with zero science knowledge. So the jokes I'm making are based on, I don't know a lot.
No, that's good. That's
Right?
good. H2O. Yes, that was correct.
Or it could have been like,
Also pretty
yeah,
good.
something like that.
Yeah. I could get behind that. And also be easy to break things off. You'd be like, we just don't have chemistry. Trust me, I'm a scientist.
That's it, man.
And
That's
just-
it.
and
That's
just-
so funny. that is the best way to break up with someone
Right.
ever. I'm sorry, we don't have chemistry, but I would know.
I am a scientist.
I've checked.
I've run the
And you
numbers.
go, bam, here's my card.
Ooh, magic.
I also do kids shows. I'm poor. Please,
hire me.
please help me.
Yeah, I could do kid shows actually. Should do
So,
that now.
what made you wanna take the dive from employee to entrepreneur?
Well, I don't know. There's something about, well, for one, it came to the point where I had to choose. It's really one or the other, you know. You have to commit. It came to the point where there's just not enough hours in the day.
Yeah. There's
Dude,
24.
wow.
I'm a scientist.
So you would know.
I'm friends with a scientist.
All right.
Go
Awesome. Yeah, and I had to choose one, and obviously I had to choose the one that, you created from the ground up. You really founded. It's a really different feeling doing something, providing value, and it's something completely yours. Like you can take ownership of that.
It's like your baby.
Yeah, it's like my baby. It's sort of like what you described when you were acting, and you wanted to show it to people. It's just like, this is something I created.
Right.
Like this would not have been possible straight up without me.
Oh, okay. Like
and
you're putting real value into the community.
yeah. So I had to quit that, and it's pretty fun when you have one of your best friends beside you.
One question. What's something you'd want to tell someone that wants to start his own company but isn't ready to make that or is too scared to make that dive?
If you want it, just it's as easy as just starting on it. Like,
Yeah.
just take that first step, even if it's something like literally picking out your company name,
Yeah,
because that takes a while, man.
it does.
It does take a while. It takes
What-
a while.
what
It's
are-
gonna suck for a bit first.
What are some growing pains you've had now that you've experienced being an entrepreneur for the past
Almost 2
months?
years.
No, 2 years?
2 years,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's been around 2 years, or a year and
So,
like 10 months.
Yeah, full time for 2 months, a year and 10 months
Yeah.
entrepreneuring. Okay.
Yeah. Growing pains. There's a lot of them. One is we started out completely different. So we wanted to start out as a solar company. That's what we initially set out to do.
Mm.
And since then, it's just been an endless series of pivots and failures. Not, by the way, it's been 2 years. We're just full of failures now. And that's probably the hardest thing about entrepreneurship. That's really what it is. You're failing constantly. And if you can't handle that, if you can't look at the failure and see, this is something I have to learn from, this is something that, I should pivot and fix in order to keep moving forward, then it's really easy to quit and give up, because there were so many points where we could have and should have. You make a ton of mistakes, but if it's something you believe in, which I completely do, and I know we can still make work, I'm just gonna keep trucking at it. And I guess that's sort of like the scientific method, also too. I mean,
Right.
in science, literally the only way to learn is to make mistakes. It's not to prove something. If you prove something, that doesn't really prove anything. You have to prove that it's not everything else.
You've lost me completely.
Oh my goodness, it's like the Pope thing all over again. So in science, the only way to learn is from making a mistake.
Okay.
Right? If you prove your hypothesis, or say you come out, you prove something, right?
Okay.
This happened because of this.
Okay.
The only way to really make sure that's actually what it is
Okay.
to prove that it's not something else. Right?
Yes. Exactly.
Like, you have to prove it's not a fluke.
Yep. Yeah.
Right?
Mm.
For example, there's a 98% chance something will happen. There's a 2% chance something else will happen, right? So 98% of the time something is this. 2% of the time it's something it's not. Sometimes when you do an experiment, you'll get that 2%. If that's the only experiment you do, you'll go around thinking for the rest of your life that 2% is actually the majority.
Okay.
Get
Now
it?
I get it.
Yeah, okay.
I swear.
Numbers.
The numbers, easy.
I know. You know how many hours there are in a day.
24.
Genius.
Ask me again later.
I will.
Answer stays the same.
Really? Wow, it doesn't change?
So you're as a boss now. What's your mindset? Because you used to be an employee.
Yeah.
Like, does it changed at all? How do you? Because I've had my fair share of bosses, and bosses have a huge impact on your life.
Yeah. So, well, it's a bit hard because you're trying to, on the one end, you're working with people your age. So to try to be, if all you've ever seen are bosses that, do the whole I'm older than you, you should respect me kind of thing, as opposed to being a mentor and a friend.
Yeah.
And that never ends up well, right?
Yeah.
Luckily, my last boss in the Mine Museum, wonderful mentor, wonderful friend. I still consider her a great friend.
Yeah.
So I try not to look at it as like I'm a leader. I know more than everybody else. It's sort of, we're all kind of on this journey. Somebody does need to take the leadership spot, and I'm doing that. But there's always mutual respect. I think that's it. It's always about mutual respect. We need to have mutual respect for each other,
Yeah,
for things to work out.
Because the best boss I've ever had was at the prop trading firm at the crypto place in Australia.
Okay, go. How's he the best boss
His
ever?
name was Michael, and he always put this like air of understanding and friendship and mentoring when you talk to him.
Okay.
Like he was the nicest, smartest guy. He always gave you your space, but at the same time was hands on when he needed to be, which was amazing. Because I'm amazed that he was able to pull that off so well.
Yeah.
And he really understood every single one of the people he was managing's like situation,
That's
like by
really
heart.
nice.
Yeah, like my situation, for example, was um, I'm I'm here for only 8 months. I'm trying to make my way to stay here, um, and I wasn't performing the way I should have in the beginning of while I was working there. Like
Okay.
usually
Yeah,
they
yeah,
cut you
yeah.
off in like 2 3 months if you don't make enough money.
Right.
But I don't know. They kept me around anyway because I'm a genuinely fun guy.
Look at him go.
Look at me go, man. Look at jokes in my hands. So, what's it called? The protocol for that company is you cannot trade outside of the trading floor until you've earned enough to trade. You have to use trading privileges at home
Okay.
because there's like proper equipment there, proper like
Right.
et cetera, et
Okay,
cetera.
okay.
So, it's 3 months into, and I have into Australia. I have 5 months left before I'm booted out.
Right,
I am
visa stuff.
straight terrified, right? Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, I'm not even making money either.
Yeah.
So, like, I started, like, what's it called? Trading outside of hours from home.
Uh-huh.
Because crypto market is 24/7.
Yes.
And, like, if you're not at the office when it moves, you don't make money, you want to die.
Yes.
Yeah, and, like, you'll be on your desk for 20 hours at a time, and it won't move once. And like, or substantially.
Right.
And it'll just feel like once it moves and you're not there, you just go nuts and put the pressure of a visa and having to put
I know.
eat
Yeah.
food. Just
Yeah.
have to eat food like a
Nutrition,
normal
yeah.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I succumbed to the temptation of just like cheating the system. I did it at home, and he sat me down one day and he's like, "Hey, buddy, why are you doing this, man? Like, it's against the rules. Like, I know you're not stupid." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry." Like, I even tried to like pivot around. Like, I only did it once. He's like, "Marco, we have full records here. I don't know. Like, I can see exactly when you did it
Yeah,
and
yeah.
almost sort of where. So like,
Right.
I don't know why you're doing this."
Yeah.
And I just opened up because he's never given me a reason to not be honest. But you're scared of getting caught. You don't want to lose the job. You're
course,
desperate, so
of
you just kind of
course.
put
Yeah.
that veil of like it wasn't my fault.
Yeah.
But I owned up to it. I said, listen, I'm sorry, and I'm desperate. Like I want to stay here. It is my dream to live here, and this is the only chance I have so far to make that possible. And I'm getting scared that it's not gonna work out for me. So I'm taking like irrational, unfair moves. And instead of taking the position of like, what are you doing? Like, and like getting really, really upset, he just goes, Marco, the reason why we keep you here when you trade is because we have the tools to help you trade at your best capacity.
Awesome. Okay.
And that, Michael, he's the best dude ever. He's the best dude. Yeah, the best capacity to trade is here. And I am always open to talk to you about this stuff. Like, I know your situation by heart. If you want someone to talk to or listen to, just straighten out your emotions. That's why I'm here. I'm your, not just your manager, I'm your mentor.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so on my final days there, when you were talking about, I didn't make the numbers, I had to go. It was so funny because they were explaining to me really nicely. And they're like, how do you feel about the whole thing? I'm like, you guys gave me an opportunity to stay. That's more than anyone else has ever given me here. And that
Yeah,
chance is like,
yeah.
how can I not be completely grateful? And like,
Absolutely.
And like, guys, I know I'm very aware. You guys said in the beginning, you guys cut people off at 3 months. It's been 8. like I know, like I know I'm not doing well. So I don't know why you keep me here, but I'm so grateful that you did. And when I was
awesome.
saying bye to them, he just goes up to me and says, "Marco, I might cry." Like, saying bye to you.
Oh man, that's nice.
He's a good dude. And what he taught me was what kind of boss I want to be more like because of meeting him.
Awesome. That's really nice. So we're gonna wrap this up, but before we do, I just wanted to ask.
You can ask me anything.
So right now, technically, I am your boss.
Yeah.
Because you're working with me in this company that I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Compare us.
You too?
Yes.
He is so handsome.
Wow, that really hurt.
He's the handsomest dude.
He's the handsome. Okay,
He
if
is
he's
the
the
handsomest
handsomest dude, I can't feel bad.
Bro, he had like that perfect sculpt beard, and like we had an inside
He had
joke.
a beard. That's not he wins.
We had an inside joke at the office that there would always be this ridiculously pretty girl waiting at the lobby and be like, "She's waiting for Mike for sure, no question." And my other friend Joel from Australia is doing the same job now. And at first thing he asked me about the job, like what to expect, and then he was like, "I met Michael." I'm like, "That guy fucks. that guy straight fucks."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Bro, I know."
Oh, man.
It's overwhelming man energy. I mean, he's just a great dude.
Yeah. So this it's not confounded at all by your dad.
I mean, I like you.
Yeah.
You're nice. You also work out.
Thank you.
Like, I would assume you could lift almost like 3/4 as much as Michael could. At least. Like,
piece of shit.
well, why am I a piece of shit? Dude? You don't know him.
Fuck that guy wherever he is.
Fuck
I
that
hope
guy.
he listens.
How dare you? How dare you speak about him that way? He's only done good things for everyone around him.
Oh yeah.
Is
You
it-
sure it's not your daddy issues?
This includes the countless women he's surely satisfied.
Okay, fair enough. So I want to meet this Michael dude. We'll have him on a guest on the show, and we'll arm wrestle.
Arm wrestle on the spot.
Yeah.
I don't want you to lose in front of everyone.
We'll see. We'll see.
Big Mike, bro.
Big Mike. All right.
Yeah, dude.
We'll have him on the show. Well, that about wraps it up. Once again, thank you everybody for listening to the show. We hope you enjoyed the conversation we've had this time. It's a little bit more professional. We always try to have fun along the way. Don't forget also to follow us on all our social media channels at scrapyard.ph on Instagram, TikTok. Do we have anything else?
Facebook also. We're
Facebook.
also at scrapyard.ph.
Yeah, so facebook.com/scrapyard.ph. Like our page. Send us a message. You can comment on it publicly, but if it's something you want to send privately to just the both of us, you're free to do that too. So yeah, any last words?
Any last words? Yeah, tell us about your job experiences and how you felt and what you want to do. If there's like something if you want to move from your job, if there's something you took from it and you learned from it, yeah, feel free because it's just me and him talking. We need more people.
We'd love to hear your stories too. So thanks again, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Scrapyard.